the audio on. Huh. Oh, I didn't turn the audio on. That's why. The audio should be working now, right? Right, guys? Yes? Audio's working? Okay, good. It helps when you turn the audio on. I'm good at this. I'm really good at this. Oh God. Yeah. So I had some time. I wasn't doing anything, and I was just like, I could do stuff online, or I could, I don't know, do this with you guys. Can tell you're a pro streamer. Yes, I am. I'm a pro streamer. That's what I am. Pro. But yeah, I either was gonna play more VR, which, I mean, admittedly, pretty cool, but then I decided, nah, I'll just do like a live stream for you guys because I'm bored and I was watching content anyway, so I might as well make some content since I didn't really get around to doing much more than releasing a bloopers video for you guys this week, which big thanks to Max for putting that all together for us. So if you haven't gone and watched the bloopers video, you should go watch it. It is really, really funny. I am very upset that I can't write that kind of stuff out. It's just the shit that I say when I mess up my lines. I'm going to go play Wolfenstein 3D. Well, that's good. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you have a good time. But yeah, we are just getting down to some chat about stuff. You know, maybe whether or not Anthrocon is going to actually happen. Really, let's see, May gonna come back later. Okay, I hope you May gonna come back then. But yeah, I'm really hopeful. I know First Squared is happening right now, and those guys are pretty cool. So if you haven't checked those, haven't gone over to check those guys out, you should. But yeah, I think that AC is probably our best bet for the next good convention. Spyn, I need help with brother is anti-fur. I don't really know, man. Let's see. Well, it depends on how anti-fur he actually is. I mean, everyone's got their own opinions, and they have a right to their own opinions. They have a right to decide that they don't like the thing. They don't have to like it. You know, no one has to like anything. Let's see. I've answered this question so many times, and every time it's different because every situation is different. So until I knew more about your situation, it would be hard for me to give advice that would actually hit home. Alex, what FurCon is back open at this time? At this very moment, none of them. But I think our best bet is, in fact, Anthrocon, which may or may not happen. Undertaker, hey, how's it going? See. But hopefully it does. Right now, it's kind of speculation as to whether or not it will happen, unless someone has some news definitively saying, yes, it will, no, it will not. You know, that kind of thing. Let's see. Even if it does happen, it's a bad idea to go. Why would it be a bad idea to go, provided that the people that are most at risk are most likely going to be vaccinated by that point? Because that would be the only real problem there. The people that are most at risk would be vaccinating. Anyone else, most likely not a high risk threshold. That's kind of dumb to say. Like, yeah, there are virtual FurCons. Was it Fur Squared is happening? That's the problem. It's just like, why is it a bad idea to go? If you're high risk and you haven't got a vaccine, then yeah, I can see that. People can still die even if they're low risk, just dangerous and reckless. Like by that point, the vast majority of people will have vaccines. I would not say that that's the most reckless thing that you could possibly do. The death rate at current is 0.0003 from the CDC at current for 20 to 35 or 20 to 30, and 35 to 40 is 0.004, 0.005, I believe. So, I mean, everything's a bit of a risk, but like, if you want to go, like, AC may open. So I'm not exactly certain, where the inherent risk would lie if proper precautions are taken, because otherwise, like, at the very least, then next year would be your best bet for a con. But what is Patreon? Patreon is just a site that you are able to it's a site that you are able to access and, like, donate money to the channel if you want to donate money. So if we're talking about if we're talking about that, just in general, I'd like just basically to say that no convention is going to open up without limitations. So as safe as it can possibly be, it can, if AC opens up, it's definitely going to attract people to go. And if you find that risk to be unacceptable, then you shouldn't go. I think that's pretty fair, honestly. Like, the vast majority of people will be vaccinated by that point. Like, they're high risk. And priority is being given to those people at current. And I think, and if you are very certain that you don't want to do that, then the latest that I heard, and I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. The latest that I heard is that it would be September. It would be September. Like, it'll be September before everyone is actually, like, able to be completely vaccinated. Like, and I know that travel will be completely banned for the most part. You will have to have a note saying that you have been vaccinated before you're able to travel. Spyn, do you feel it will take a couple years to get back to normal? Yeah. I don't think that things will ever be really normal again. We'll have to get used to a new normal. There's a lot of things that we could have done differently to prevent all of this from getting as bad as it did and going as far as it did. But nobody really wanted to work together, so we ended up in a bit of a problem area. But as it states, I'd say that it's fairly reasonable to expect that by the end of this year, MFF will be a thing. We could expect that one. World is pretty bruised. Yeah, I mean it is. It's kind of an issue, but honestly, I don't know when everything will recover completely or if it'll ever recover completely. In all my years of living, I've never thought I'd be living through a pandemic. No one ever thinks that they're going to be living through the things they're living through. For the most part, we consecutively, as human beings, continue to forget that things happened and that things are continuing to happen. And these pandemics that continue to roll through are circular. They happen often enough. It's not the CDC has said on a number of occasions, and so has the World Health Organization. They have said on a number of occasions that it is not a matter of if the next pandemic happens, it's when, and it's how well we're prepared for it. And ultimately, we are as lucky as we can be with this one, and that we are able to find something that is effective against it, and we can put that on the list of things that are, well, doable. Since we're on the topic, what are your thoughts on furries who disregard quarantine and had conventions? If you have disregarded quarantine and had conventions, or had, I'm guessing what you're thinking of, like meetups and things, because as far as I know, none of the conventions, like all the conventions were just, they were just digital. Like all of them were, as far as I know, unless there was one that I just didn't really know about. But if they disregarded quarantine, they took those risks. I think that's rather dangerous, knowing that those people did not have protection. And that's probably a severe problem. But I'm not sure who those furries would be. I know that a number of people have had meetups and things like that, and I know that a lot of people have been fined for those things. I know a lot of organizations have been fined for keeping their doors open. So I imagine that they will that those organizations had been fined if a legit furry convention had opened up against quarantine rules. But I don't know which furry convention has actually opened up against quarantine rules. But those meetups that happened, I know that they were fairly publicly shamed. Anytime that anyone saw a picture of those, it wasn't like a really positive outlook on it. And I don't know if anyone got sick after that, or if that was spread differently. The problem is during this time period where you have a lot of elderly individuals, we have problems with the fact that, if I got it or one of you guys out there got it, most of us out there are young enough where it is most likely not going to kill you. It's most likely going to be more of an inconvenience. And there is some speculation, there's some studies now that might be related to whether or not your MMR vaccine is still in your system, as to how much it affects you or not. But the problem is that when they were holding those type of conventions, when they were doing those type of things, when you saw people wandering into stores without masks and things like that, The problem is that it's not the fact that you will get sick, it's the fact that you could take it to someone who's high risk. And with vaccines and things being starting to become in place, you'll see that risk drop and it will no longer be a problem. But at the time, it was definitely a problem. So I would say that at that time, the people that had that were very irresponsible for having those types of meetups. It's the same thing that you see with a lot of people that were fairly entitled. Will you ever have merch? Possibly. Right now, the person that is going to be doing my merch, we're working on a couple different things. One of them is a Spyn 2.0 that will be hopefully made by Leica Palette, maybe. I think they're pretty cool. So I'm probably going to have 2.0 made by them. But I'm not sure how to say your name. Sarayan Namut. Moot for short, I guess. I hope that kind of answers the question for you, Moot. Just in general. I would hope that we could get back to having conventions as soon as we can, as soon as it is relatively safe to do so. AC will probably open their doors if they feel like enough people have been vaccinated. But I am not Samuel Conway, so and the convention chair, so I can't tell you that that is absolutely true. I would like for it to be true, because I would love to get back to going to conventions as soon as we possibly can, and as soon as it's safe to do so. But if not that one, I would say 100% that MFF would be probably one that we could at least look towards and say that one might happen if the other one doesn't. Although, actually, I think Denver is taking pre-registration, as far as I know. Spyn, I love your content. Andy, thank you so much. That means a whole lot. Spyn, do you have your eye on any new guns? No, not at the moment. Right now, guns are being rather pricey to purchase. I'm actually looking more along the lines of getting new cameras and things like that for the channel, and some of those are very expensive. So that's the thing. Wait, you got guns? Yes, I have guns. Of course, I have guns. I'm very much very pro Second Amendment. Yeah, I am a 2A supporter. I believe that is a very valuable thing. I think everyone should know how to use a gun, or at least be taught enough to respect them. But yeah, I've got several different types of guns. I've owned a lot of guns, like way more than I should. Like I've maybe spent way too much money on guns, sports cars, sport bikes, and computers and camera equipment. Those things. I'm British, so I can't relate. Well, no, that's perfectly okay. I know a number of people that are that are British, and they can't kind of relate to the idea of owning guns. But I have my concealed carry license, so I am allowed to carry in a number of different states, both openly and concealed. Do you have any revolvers? Because they're my favorite. Actually, there is one. I would love to have a Unica 6. Absolutely love to have a Unica 6, and not because I am at my heart a colossal weeb that just wants the Unica because they watch Ghost in the Shell and they're like, oh my god, I absolutely have to have the Unica. But the Unica 6 was one of my favorites because it's a underbarrel revolver that's also an automatic revolver, meaning that it cocks the hammer for you. which is so amazing. Let's see. But yeah, that's pretty much my favorite revolver. What type of guns do you have, and will you make a video on your guns? I have one AR platform. MP7 best gun. Don't at me. Oh, MP7. MP7s are actually a really good firearm. I've never actually fired one. Hey, Slushy Wolf. Hey, how's it going? I've never actually got to fire one. I'd very much like one. I really would. But to have a MP7, if I'm correct, that's a very small submachine gun platform. And to have that, I would need 2 tax stamps, and to buy that. And I don't think that the internals can be swapped out to a pre like 85 submachine gun, which would make it almost impossible for me to have that submachine gun unless I became a dealer and I bought one as a sample to show to other people, and used it in that regard. So technically you could do that, but you need 2 different tax stamps for that. One, you need a tax stamp for an SBR, or a short-barreled rifle, which consists of anything with a stock and forward. So if you have a stock and a grip, it is no longer a pistol unless it is a pistol brace, which is different and keeps being redefined, which is a whole other headache. And apparently this is now a live stream about guns, which is fine with me because I love guns. But you need your SBR, and then you need your full auto. And these are non-transferable. So once you get them, you either get them for yourself, or you open up what's called a gun trust. A gun trust is a legal document that basically makes you and your friends into an entity that owns those guns together, which means that one tax stamp would, that particular piece, that suppressor or that fully automatic or that short-barreled rifle, that can be passed from person to person. As for an individual tax stamp, it cannot be passed from person to person. That would be a federal crime. Also, remember when you do this, that you have to alert the chief of your police that you are, in fact, getting this thing. And they have to like you enough to say yes to allow you to have that. Let's see. Didn't think I'd be watching a man in a fluffy dog suit talk about guns when I open the stream. Can't say I'm complaining. That's excellent. I try to please. I really do. But yeah, I absolutely love guns. I think that it's definitely something. It's like I believe in their utility for protection. I believe in their necessity for protection because the local police department. I think the phrase is when seconds matter, the police are only minutes away. And that's actually very true. Anytime you've ever needed a police officer, they're not around. You have to call someone. And if you have to call someone, then it's like if you're being robbed, like that's a problem. Realistically, if you're being robbed, at gunpoint and someone's caught you off guard, it's probably not wise to spin around and try to, Wyatt Earp your way out of the situation. It's likely that you'll get yourself shot and other people shot as well. But in general, it's probably a good idea to have certain protection measures. Bulletproof vests are really important to have. I definitely need to get mine. They were trying to make a rule against that, saying that why would you need bulletproof vests? It's the same people saying why would you need guns? Well, when the government wants you to register where your stuff is, and I heard this from another YouTuber, and I think it was absolutely the best thing. It's like the government doesn't care where you put your shit unless it has a plan to take it. And, at least in the States, we're very much a very divided country when it comes to guns. Some people say like, oh my God, you absolutely can't have a gun. Think of the children. Oh my God, think of the children. And then other people say it's just like, but I've not done anything wrong. why should I be punished for the actions of relatively a few people, most of which have purchased their weapons illegally anyway? It's sort of like when the government declared war on drugs and then magically overnight all the drugs went away. Or maybe it was that they didn't go away and that didn't work at all. But it's an interesting thing. But the idea of having firearms and in this country is a very contentious one. But you know, you can own a lot of different varieties of firearms than you thought you could. You can own a fully automatic weapon. They are just amazingly expensive. So you'd pay $20,000 for something like that, just so you know. And they can't be manufactured, or at least the internal components cannot be manufactured after 1985, because that's when the bill was signed into law. But what kind of fruit do you like? Actually, I like plums a lot, like a whole lot, and cherries. Not so much peaches, but I really like plums. I'm a Canadian, and I would much rather spend my money on beer than guns. I mean, that's fair if it's the thing that you really like. Myself, I don't drink a whole lot, not like just an absolute ton, so I don't spend my money on alcohol as much anymore. I spend most of my money on tech stuff, and I spend a lot of my money on, tech, cars, bikes, sometimes guns, fursuit stuff. And that's pretty much where it stops. But yeah. By the way, in your video with Artemis, Artemis was being really depressed as scripted. Which video was it? Because there's a couple videos with there's a couple videos with Artemis. So which video did I do with Artemis that was different? As far as fruit, I love apples. Apples are pretty good, actually. Not gonna lie, I like apples quite a bit, but I like plums better, and cherries. So if you got cherries, I'll take cherries. The one where you were sad on the couch. Sad on the couch. What were we talking about? Do you know the title of the video or no? Because the only one I can think of was just like Artemis, and you were being really depressed. Are you talking about the life advice one? Oh, okay. Yeah, you're talking about the life advice for furries. Was that scripted? Yes, that was very much scripted. We scripted that. I wasn't being really depressed at the time, and this is something that some of you might not know. My old fursuit, it was made just a little bit too tight right here, so I had to kind of lean back a bit because it was literally choking me. I wasn't actually trying to be depressed. Now, the stuff I was saying was nihilistic, which is sort of the basis around the character, because we thought it would be funny to say nihilistic things in an overly happy voice. So we did that thing. Let's see. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go for just a second and take some of this stuff off. it's actually gotten really hot in here, and I think something's wrong with the AC. So I'm sweating buckets here. So give me just a second, and I'll be right back, okay? Holy shit. Whew. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. It was very, very hot. I don't know why. I thought the AC was on pretty high, but there might be something going on with the AC in here because it's rather hot. But what are we talking about? Yeah, that particular one, it was scripted out, but it wasn't scripted out for me to be very depressed. Let me just adjust this up a bit. Whew. Okay, there we go. That and this thing. All right, but yeah, it wasn't really supposed to be wholly and completely scripted out. But we ended up doing a lot of things like they would give advice, and I would have a line that I would say that was sort of supposed to be impactful and kind of really dark in nature. If that answers the question, we can probably pull that down now. I don't need that like right there. Do we? I don't need that right there. We can adjust the camera down. It doesn't need to be like where there's like 9 feet above my head. That's not necessary. Oh man, that was so hot. I don't know why it was so hot. That is the hottest I have been in fursuit since probably MFF 2019. I don't know what reason they have for keeping the hallway that hot, but good God, it's so hot. Let's see. Whatever happened to my suit with the I'm assuming you mean the LEDs and not the IEDs. The LEDs suit is just hanging right over here. I'll just pan the camera quickly. You can see that suit is still hanging right up there. And pull that back a bit. Yeah. So yeah, we still have that one. It's not one I use a whole lot because the lighting rig isn't. The lighting rig isn't working correctly in that one, and there's plenty of reasons for that. But I think for the most part, the lighting rig could be fixed. I just don't want to ship it back off to Poland to have them try to fix it for what would be the second time, and have a lot of different things kind of possibly mess up on it. But I might have them fix it just to have it workable again. I will be getting hopefully a new suit. The new reference for Spyn, like the colors are changing completely. Just so you guys know, none of the colors will be the same at all. We're I guess no, the white's changing to like almost a light blue. So a lot of it is going to be, I think, kind of like grays and whites and like light blue and like black. It's going to be kind of pretty cool. I'm really, really excited for that one. And best of all, it means that I get to raffle off my suit to one of you guys. Who are the makers of that one then? Are you talking about? I guess you're talking about Switch. That's Nuke Creations. There's nothing necessarily wrong with Nuke Creations. I want to say that at the onset. They normally don't do lighting rigs, and we asked them to do lighting rigs, and predictably they did their best. But if the company's not set up to do lighting rigs, it's going to be a problem. Like, you're going to have issues. Just one more second for me, guys. Anyway, so those guys make a great deal of things. Actually, I can just get this one right here. Okay, so for these guys, for Spyn, they had several different. I'm sorry, Spyn, Switch. They had several different things. So this, if you can hear, they have Velcro eyelids, so that you can adjust the way that he looks. And this, and if you know, this has a cord. This USB powers the eyes, and also right here, this bit right here is a stream of a set of LEDs. So this little arrow on his face also lights up, and his eyes light up as well. But if you activate the eyes on this, then you can't see at all. Like, you cannot see to go anywhere or do anything. So, you know, you can, but it is neat because I can make him, you know, kind of angry boy, you know, and, you know, change the look, you know, quite a bit. So having those, like, eyelids, was actually kind of cool, just to be able to mess with some of the look of him, and which was nice, but it just ultimately didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Yeah, I mean, the suit looks great. They tightened one of the arms, and I can no longer really wear that suit, right? But I've been dieting and going to the gym a lot because I want my new suit to be very much an accurate representation of myself. And because of quarantine, I've not exactly looked my best at all. So I've been going to the gym, you know, doing push-ups every day, running, dieting, you know, no more cake, which sucks because I really love cake, but I want to be fit and I want to be healthier and I want to feel better about myself. And because of that, I'm doing those things. Thank you so much, Undertaker. But it's more about the way I feel about me. If you're happy with who you are and how you are, great. That's fine. Me personally, I'm not happy with the level of health that I'm at. And I'm also a very tall guy. So things tend to, you know, to kind of fill out differently, and they're like, oh no, you haven't really gained any weight, you look fine, like, you know. Yeah, I mean, it's distributed over a 6-foot frame, so yeah, it feels different, but my knees can tell you a different story. And because I figure skate and do all these other things, I absolutely have to maintain weight, because it will wreck my knees. And you can't get those back. Like, once they're done, they're done. You're shot. But running a lot is not necessarily a great idea for your knees either. So I've had to build up to the ability to run again, because my knees were just in such bad shape. So I did a lot of biking. 2, 3 What is that in freedom units? Where's my phone? Where is my phone? Let's see. I'm guessing that's meters. Meters to feet. So let's see. You're 2 feet 2 feet tall. Nah. No. 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 I am. Yeah. I am about 6 something. Also, if you were 2 meters and something, that would be crazy. Oh heck. Close guess, at least. No, I'm 6'1", at least 6'1", I think. It's been a while since I really measured myself, but I think I know I'm 6 foot, but if I'm not 6 or 6'1", I can't tell because haven't gone to the doctor and had them do the thing and or checked myself at like the gym scale or whatever. All I know is that I absolutely have to be better if I want to continue to have a healthy existence, because living healthily is a mindset as well. I don't buy it. I know you're actually 2 foot tall. It may be, and maybe I'm just lying to you. But if you go to a convention, you might see me there, and then you can judge how tall I am, for yourself. So, but I will be there. One I haven't gone to, but I really want to go to, is at least in Europe, is Eurofurence. I haven't done that one, and I really want to do it because it's one of the largest in the world. And I've been to MFF, and I've been to AC, and I've been to the one in England, Confuzzled, multiple times. And I really liked Confuzzled. It reminded me of FWA. It was a little bit more tight knit. It's kind of neat. There's just a lot of people there that were like I knew a lot of people there, and that was nice. MFF, not so much. There's just a lot of people just around, but I don't know a whole lot of them, and that's fine too because it's nice to meet new people. But with the channel growing and all the rest of that, eventually I probably will know a lot more people just by virtue of networking and all the rest of that nonsense that you have to do. But yeah, we're making a much bigger push in the channel, and that's another reason I'm trying to be in much better shape. Is I want to set a much better example for you guys as to living healthily and being a better version of myself, because I preach that. So I need to do that so that I am living by example to you guys, and I think that's really important. All right, Spyn, since you're really smart, what's your big brain hypothesis as to why furry fandom is so full of drama? Well, there's actually a number of reasons why that might be. We have a stratified group, right? So we have groups that have different ideologies, different methodologies of going about things, and because we have that stratified group, we now have we now push all those people in together. Are you supposed to be in bed, Spyn? What time is it? It's only 11. I haven't even gone to the gym yet. I'm going to the gym after this, I think. Yes, going to the gym after this. But no, I'm not supposed to be in bed yet. So say we have these groups that are stratified by their ideologies, and then we push them all together because they all like the same thing, so they all go to these conventions. Well, those groups are going to form subsections into themselves. These groups in general, furry subculture, in essence, it's 4 a.m. for me. Okay, so furry subculture in essence tends to attract people that are fairly ostracized in society. So they were already kind of pushed to one side for the most part. And I say for the most part because that's not everybody. There are some people that were probably very popular in high school that were also furries, and they just didn't let anybody know because of the negative connotation of being a furry. But these individuals are now going to form subgroups, and they're going to basically, it's going to be high school all over again, right? So you're going to have these subsets, and they're basically going to be like, well, they don't agree with my ideas and my thoughts, so they must be wrong. Now, that's just my personal opinion, but I'm going to preach it as gospel. And the other side are going to do the same thing, and they're going to hate on each other, and eventually you're going to have drama. And a good example of this is look for 5 minutes on furry Twitter. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you don't find drama, I'll be so impressed, because it is just rife with toxic people that just like to start shit, just in general. It doesn't matter what it is. And of course, you're going to have the natural causations of drama that feed into themselves. So the bandwagoning, the cancel culture, you're going to have like, what is it? And I lost my train of thought just like that. I am so smart. You're going to have echo chambers. You're going to have this cognitive dissonance that happens. And you're going to have these blind spots. And all of these things are going to coalesce because people naturally like to feel better than other people. So we like to feel morally superior to other people. And it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to lose your platform at all. It doesn't. Say the wrong thing, even out of context. You can even have people just straight make shit up about you, and that'd be enough, right? It's pretty crazy. People, once they've decided on an idea, once they've decided that someone is guilty, it doesn't matter what anyone says. That person is now guilty. And now, in some cases, those people are guilty, and I agree that they need to be ousted from the fandom. In other cases, not so much. If you need a concrete TLDR of all of this, the reason drama happens is that some people don't like other people. Some people are popular. Some people are not. You can't sit at the cool kids table. You don't think the way I think. I am such an individual. That's why we all dress the same. That's why we all act the same. That's why we all think the same. It's because we are so much of an individual. They say in unison as a collective. There's your answer. And I honestly don't care if anyone likes that or not, because that's the fucking truth. You would think people who are oppressed for their beliefs would have greater empathy, but they're often all too likely to pass that oppression onwards to others. That's pretty much it right there. Really let out some pin-up frustration there. Yeah, I did, because I am sick to fucking death of people not thinking for themselves. And I'm sick to fucking death of spoon feeding that shit to everyone, to get them to think for themselves, because it's so much easier to have someone think for you, right? So much easier. And I'm just tired of it. I'm so tired of it. It's so frustrating to see these people that I know are very smart people, and to see people not be allowed to question the status quo. My table has blackjack and dancers. It's better than those other tables. Yeah. At this point, it's almost an attack on. Sorry, my Discord keeps popping stuff up. It's almost an attack on common sense. to a certain degree, it is. The Washington Post even said that critical thinking was a bad idea. It's like this version of critical thinking isn't really helping anything. Okay, do you know what you're preaching? You're preaching that critical thinking or thinking for yourself isn't good. No. Critical thinking, thinking for yourself, is a good idea, no matter who you are. Now, you cannot be blinded by your own ideology. You can't allow yourself to skew facts to your side. So if you go off looking for things to be a certain way and they become that way, or they are that way, awesome. But if they're not, you need to change your hypothesis. That's how science works. We have a scientific method for a reason. There is a point to all of this. You retest things over and over again to get a possible theory that works for you. And like if you don't do that, if you don't take the time to do those things, then I'm sorry, but you're deluding yourself. You are letting somebody else tell you what is and is not true, which, if these people are, I mean, let's take anti-vaxxers for a second, because, oh God, they make me so angry. So anti-vaxxers will hold on to one study that was done by a doctor that ended up losing his license, that suggested that vaccines cause autism. In a percentage case chance. Okay. That study has never been accurately duplicated ever again. At all. It's never happened. One study, one time. And those people have held on to that one study, despite the fact that it's been disproven multiple times, multiple iterations. That is impressive that they could not, do that. Yes, confirmation bias. That's pretty much exactly the punchline of this particular joke. Because I think anti-vaxxers are a joke. If you are an anti-vaxxer, unsubscribe. Or you know what? Better yet, stay and try to convince me. Fucking try to convince me. I'm right here. I am always here. I have all the time in the world. Please show me your evidence, because I'd love to fucking see more than one goddamn study on this shit. Because, oh my God, no reputable organization has done this shit ever. I've always believed the first thing I'm told and refused any evidence that refutes my initial opinion. That's basically it. That there, Uriel is basically preaching the gospel to you guys. So listen the fuck up. So anti-vaxxing is dumb. But let's just say, let's take a trip to an alternate universe in which they're correct. Anyway, I got to go Spyn. Have a good one, dude. You too. Have a great one. Have a good night. But anyway, let's take a trip there. And, so if you suggest that vaccines cause autism, and therefore you are not going to vaccinate your kid, what that says now is that you would rather your child die a debilitating and crippling death than have them possibly be autistic. So you would rather that the child be dead than be autistic, is sort of the takeaway on that one. I can't remember who it was that made that observation, but they were way smarter than me. Let's see. I'm anti-government mandate vaxxer. Now, granted, a government mandate is not a law, so you could decide not to get it. It just means that you might be restricted from travel and other things. I do know that if I want to ever make it back over to England, then I will have to have my vaccine at least, I believe. I think that's true. I was talking to somebody about that, and they were saying that was true. That you absolutely have to have your vaccine before you can travel. And I want to get to Japan again, and I want to get back to England to see friends. So that would be nice if that was the case. So we'll see, though. But let's see. The restrictions you mentioned amounts to a mandate. Yes, but mandates are not law. They are like a government mandate is not something that is written into law. You might suffer fines or something, but it's not a law. It's not an imprisonable offense. But yes, I never said that it wasn't a mandate or whatever, but those restrictions are things that you'd have to take into account for. Let's see. What are the posters behind you like? Can you show us closer? Yeah, I can move, and you guys can see. These are some posters that Ink got. Try to back out a little bit so you can see most of those, and maybe zoom in a bit. And let's adjust so you guys can see really good these different posters, which are actually cloth. Let's see if I can lean that back a bit so you guys can see that better. Okay, let's push that back to where it was. Hopefully that's still, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I hope that helps. Salty Fox. I mean, yes, that does amount to a mandate, and yes, that amounts to you not being able to travel to other countries. But those other countries will have restrictions, regardless if we had restrictions. So even if we said you could fly out, you could not leave the airport. You could not go through customs in a different country because they will have their own set of rules. So regardless of whether or not we made it a mandate, regardless whether or not we made it necessary for you to travel, other countries will make it necessary for you to travel, effectively meaning that if you want to travel to those countries, you have to have these vaccinations. It's not uncommon for certain countries to require that you have vaccinations, or our country to require you having vaccinations before you go to different countries due to high rates of certain types of infectious diseases that happen to be in those countries, especially if you're going off the beaten trail, such as going into the Amazon or things like that, where there are certain things that you probably should be inoculated against for the most part. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that reasoning makes sense to you. It's just that's how that kind of has to go. So either we get it or we don't. And I really want to travel, and it's the only way that I can travel, and it's the only way I'll be able to travel for any reasonable set of time. So I'm going to have to do something, regardless whether I want to or not. Doesn't really matter. If I want to travel out of the States, I'm going to need that, which is something that you absolutely have to do. But there are people that will insist that the vaccine is filled with microchips. It is not filled with microchips. I don't know why you think that it would be. Now, it is true. Within the U.S. is what I'm concerned with. As far as I understand it, there are no plans to restrict travel at current that have been adopted. There have been people that have suggested such things, but no plans to restrict travel have been like adopted. And I guarantee you, in the South, no no mandate like that will work out real well. I know Florida has already suggested to the president that if he tried to do such a thing, that they would mobilize they'd mobilize their National Guard to ensure that their people were allowed to leave the state. So, as far as most people are concerned, the continental United States will not be so much of a problem. The issue will be going outside of the continental United States. That'll probably be a bit of an issue. I'm fairly certain. Now, I don't like the government telling me what I can and cannot do any more than anybody else. But there are certain things, there are certain restrictions that are definitely going to happen. They're definitely going to happen to restrict our travel to other countries. And that's going to be like, something that like either you do it or you just don't travel. And it's going to be unfortunate, but that's just how it is. I hope that makes sense. I hope any of this makes sense, because I think it does. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to grab something to drink. Just slightly off camera here. Let's see. Sam the Apollo Wolf. Hey, Spyn, what's going on, dude? Should come by the stream before Nights Out. Have a good stream, my dude. Awesome. I may stop by your stream, Sam. Let's see. There are people who have allergic reactions and who have died from vaccines. I don't know. I've not seen any of that. And I would need to see the data on that. Like, what's the percentage of the people that have died from those vaccines, and how many of those people is it significantly more than any other vaccine, and so on and so forth like that. Spyn, have you ever played the game Snow Runner? No, I've not. I thought you were going to say Shadowrun. I was going to say yes, absolutely, I have. Let's see. Egg allergy. Yeah, it's. I don't know how rare that is or not. As far as I know, there's no statistically. It's not statistically relevant how many people have died from that, because that particular syndrome, which I can't say, so I'm not going to try to butcher it, is fairly rare as far as I understand it, and there's no significant data suggesting that it is any more dangerous than any other vaccine that is made exactly the same way. So I don't know. There may be data out there that shows different, and I'm just unaware of it. And if there is, I'd be happy to take a look at it. But I've not seen any data as of yet that would suggest that people that are getting it are dying off. And as far as I know, which is completely anecdotal evidence, of course, is that my mom got the vaccine and she was perfectly fine. Granted, again, that's anecdotal evidence. It doesn't really count for much because it's just an individual person and not a group of people, or a large enough group of people to make it statistically relevant. I mean, you're not allowed to go to public school if you don't get certain vaccines. What would be the difference in travel or building restrictions where in place for COVID vaccines? There probably won't be any real huge issues thereof. I'm not anti-vax, but I am against the government mandating and indirect mandate. Government mandate, even an indirect mandate. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see where you're coming from on that. I don't like being told what to do by the government either. The government has never really had your best interest at heart to begin with, so I can understand the feeling behind that. A lot of people, the government lies to you. That's the only truth about the government that you're going to hear. Your government lies to you constantly. Whether that's for your own good or not doesn't really matter, and it's very much dependent upon where you're standing, as to whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing. Your government also spies on you. These things are true. These things are very true. But when it comes down to it, these governmental mandates and things, like whether or not they exist or not, it doesn't really matter, because we're not in a position where we could change it. We're not in a position where, so it's like, if we decide, okay, we're not going to do it. Well, I mean, for some people, the risk is worth the reward, as it were. There's even suggestions stating that they started with the older generation first, just to make sure that the vaccine was safe, because the older generation was quote unquote worth less to the future of the population, which may or may not be true depending on your viewpoint. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of my first time seeing you without a mask. Oh, well, yeah, this is me without anything on, as it were. Not just not naked, obviously, shirt on, pants, stuff like that. Even though you can't see them, I have pants on. But yeah, sometimes I don't wear my fursuit. I know, scandalous. But in any case, that's fair. I mean, I wouldn't assume that you're an anti-vaxxer because you are opposed to a vaccine that was developed very quickly, and that doesn't mean the vaccine is unsafe. It just means that the vaccine was manufactured very, very quickly, and that's because there was a concerted world effort to get this problem over with, because it was absolutely wrecking the economy. It's the only time that we've all worked together in unison towards a goal, which is amazing, which should show what we were able to do if we were able to work together when we're not so minded on greed. But at the same time, these individuals that made this vaccine do stand to profit from it. So you could suggest that there is greed to be had there. Didn't even message me. That's because I was just doing a quick one. I wasn't doing the talk show, so you wouldn't have even been heard, engineer, and it would have been a shame. But I thought about it. I did actually think about it. I like your '90s Solo Cup image there you got going on. It's a good one. But in any case, just the unmasked part, but still kind of interesting. I hope so. I hope I'm still interesting without fursuit on. I mean, I understand dance monkey, but still, I mean, it was hot today. Otherwise, I'd still have it on. COVID vaccine administered via government mandate. Bad dragon toy. Oh, I don't want that. I don't need that. I don't want to know what that looks like. We're gonna stop imagining that. Whew. Oh, that was awful. Ugh. But yeah. So yeah. Fairly soon we will have the new reference done as we switch gears away from political talk and stuff like that over to furry related topics. Pretty soon we will have the new ref sheet done for Spyn. and that'll be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that. And once I have that done, I will release that to you guys. And pardon me, you guys can tell me what you think. But the old Spyn design is going away, sadly. And I'm going to be moving away from that design and into something else. But again, that suit will be pushed out to somebody else, and hopefully they enjoy it and they create fun things, and we pay that thing kind of forward. Who knows what will come next. Get the vaccine and get a free bad dragon toy. No, that's not helping. You're making it worse, not better. Yeah. Let's see. Whoever gets that suit will be so lucky. Yeah, I mean, like, it's going to have to go to someone who doesn't have a fursuit, and it's going to have to go to someone that is a subscriber. That I will be actively announcing it for people if that's what they really, really want to do. Now we will be checking to just to be sure on dates and things, so that we can tell you guys. Let's see. We'll probably need to be adjusted too. Yeah. I'm 6 foot, so if you get my bodysuit, it's going to be like tall. But yeah. I mean, like, the thing is pretty tall. But you get like everything. You'll get pretty much everything I've got. And I think like you'll have all of those things. I think I may even part with the paws. I prefer to get my own suit. Yeah, you're free to get your own suit. Obviously, this is just for people that want to enter into to a raffle to get it completely free, and would want would want that suit, because I don't want it to just sit and do nothing. I don't want it to just kind of end its journey when I get a new one. I don't want it to just kind of sit there. You can only receive the fursuit if you're vaccinated. Package deal. I see. But yeah, I just want to do something, for some random person that, hopefully they will use it to create. What would be really cool to me is to be walking down the like a convention hallway and to see my fursuit walking towards me. Like, that would be really cool. Like, that would be kind of indescribable to me, as and not in the way that's like one of my friends wearing the fursuit, like, but to see somebody else enjoying the thing that I've had a lot of fun with. Could turn the suit into an animatronic? Absolutely not. I do not like animatronics. I do not like them at all. It is not a good thing for me. I don't like that. You're going to regret the Spyn Mersuit and Spyn Yif. Yeah, I will regret it if that's what happens to my fursuit. 1 second, I'm gonna grab a chair. That way, standing is hard. Let's see. I will have to lower this down to about there, probably. Yeah. And that'll be okay. But for the most part, having a suit to give away to someone is actually really cool. It's a really neat thing, and I like doing things for people. Spyn is still one of my favorite fursuits. Yeah, it's definitely different, especially considering like that I just picked him up at 2018's FWA and bought the fursuit. Bought the pre-made, and then got some alternate feet paws and hand paws done for him, and then got the suit, which was kind of a package deal. I just went ahead and paid for the extra to get the suit too, because they said that they could deliver it to me by Anthrocon, which they definitely did. I just walked by Lemon Brat's place and basically just bought a fursuit, and I'd not intended on doing so. I'd intended on waiting for my my other suit to be done, and I didn't mean to buy one, or really, it wasn't anything I intended. Just one more second. I'm going to adjust this camera down a bit more because it's a bit weird. I don't like the camera angle. So I will adjust this down just a bit. You'll forgive the shitty camera work as I do this. But that's what we're doing. But that's what we're doing now, so that'll work. Yes? Hi. Goodbye. Not going to appear on camera?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess you could. We're just like an hour in. We're talking about like different fursuit stuff.
You should only be talking about one fursuit stuff, and that's how mine is superior to everyone else's.
Oh, I see. Well, apparently we all lose, and Ink's fursuit is best fursuit. I Damaramu shall regret this. Let's see. But I just want to do nice things for people when I can, and hopefully we can kind of spread that. No, you just refuse to eat your Japanese until.
No, you refuse to put it back in the container.
Oh, I see. Well, I threw the container away, so good luck. Apparently, I ruined her Japanese. It's my fault. I should never have done this thing. All right, let's adjust this one more time, but not in such a terrible way. I know, Kat. I know. Yeah, I know. And then we can move this down here so it's not in the way of the shot. But also like that. We could kind of zoom in a bit, make it all artsy, because that's what we do. And then that'll work. That'll be better. Okay. But apparently Undertaker says that Spyn is better.
Well, Undertaker has to be okay with being wrong. It's okay. We all have wrong opinions.
Okay. But hey, Johnson. But yeah, I know that there's a number of different fursuits that we're planning in the future. We have a hey, Scoop. We've got a couple suits that's Kingdom and Empire. Ooh, go to timeout, Scoop. Let's see.
Oh, I need to get my room.
But we have Kingdom and Empire, which is a couple suit that we're thinking about having made. I have Spyn being remade. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's probably it for right now. But there's a lot of different suits and things that we're kind of working towards. And so the idea is to try to pay our good fortune forward and to try to like do good things for other people. Let's see. Wait, isn't it late for going to the gym? Not really. Our gym's open 24/7.
12 to 1 is like peak time because no one else is
Yeah.
there.
Like almost nobody is at the gym at like midnight. So I basically have the gym to myself and I don't have to worry about, being around people or,
People looking at
you
you.
know, stuff like that. Yeah. Spin, you need a home gym. I mean, the gym is so close to us. So very, very close to us. So it's really no real need to spend money on a home gym, that kind of thing. There's no reason for it. At least I don't think so. I don't think that that's necessary. Am I your entertainment while you eat?
I guess.
Oh, okay. I see.
Y'all ready for some Ink Studios ASMR? ASMR? ASMR.
MSMR. But where do you come up with where did you come up with the name Spyn, if you don't mind? Honestly, Spyn, what's your favorite kind of veg? Okay, where I came up with the name Spyn, it was just the fact that at the time all of my characters that I was making, all of them had names beginning with S. So it's really not very deep. I was just kind of messing around with names, and Spyn just sort of stuck, I guess. I really wish there was like a much more like cool epiphany backstory, but no, I was just like lazy. I thought it was a nickname that you got. No, it's no nickname or anything like that. I was just being lazy, and all my characters started with S.
Scoop, I'm eating Japanese food, like hibachi.
Yeah, she's eating hibachi. Let's see. What's your favorite kind of vegetable? I like parsnips a lot. Sigma the Destroyer. No. I'm not sure where that comes from.
It was something Michael said earlier.
Oh, I see. May have been something different. I don't know, but I don't know what Mike meant by any of that. But yeah, I'm just kind of lazy when it comes to names sometimes, and if I don't have a good one, I'll just kind of like pick a random one for now, and then if I like it, great. If not, I'll change it. But the new design for Spyn is pretty fucking cool. As soon as we can get it finished, I will show you guys. I like tomatoes myself. Tomatoes are in fact a fruit. At least I think so. How tall are you? Actually, we had an entire conversation about that. I am 6'1" or 6 foot, just really close to that area. Hey Johnson, I'm sorry, I don't know what any of that means. I'm go egg to get
They're gonna get a husky fursuit made by Twinkie Arts.
Made by Twinkie Arts. You're
you
gonna
might
get.
Want to read up on Twinkie Arts. There was a giveaway I posted about them for a while back ago.
Yeah, apparently there's a buyer beware on Twinkie Arts. I don't know if it's true or not, but you can read up on it if you want, and just kind of check it out. You know, that might be good. Who knows? You heard the news about Lucky Coyote. What news? Is there something new?
The same news.
Or is it the same news? Because if there's anything new that's happened, I don't know about it. Did I? Okay. But yeah, I heard about Lucky. Let's see. Scoop, if you've not heard about Lucky Coyote, then you can Google that and figure that out. Spin. Or you could just type in Lucky Coyote into YouTube, and you'll get all the information you could possibly want.
You need to go to Twitter instead of YouTube because YouTube doesn't have all the info.
Does it not?
No, the call out's on Twitter.
I mean, the call out is on Twitter, but there's a number of videos that are pretty detailed into it, at least now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know what videos and specifics, but I think there's some pretty detailed videos out now. Spin, what's your favorite kind of cake? Yellow cake with chocolate icing. It is my absolute favorite cake.
We like to call it basic bitch flavor.
Yes. Okay, I got it. What do you mean, Alex?
I think he's talking about the Lucky Coyote stuff.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to Scoop anyway. I feel like the Lucky Coyote could have damaged reputation to the furry fandom. Since that's mostly handled in-house and isn't like a very, very I guess it's not like, tonight at 10 on your local news or made the papers or anything like that. No syndicated news organization has really said anything about that, as far as I know, unless I'm very wrong about that. Lucky Coyote is one of the founders, I think, maybe, of Don't Hunt Cacti. Connor, our reputation is already so bad. Our reputation is only as bad as we're willing to let it be. So I don't know about that. Our reputation is, we are known by the worst among us, always. Everyone's known by the worst among you. Spin, do people at work call you Spin? No, they don't. They do not. But I don't know that they've actually. I don't know that it's actually damaged anything more than it's already been damaged. Waffles? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. At work, people refer to Spin as daddy. No, they do not. They do not. They never have. Wait, no hug cacti. I haven't heard a lot of drama about that. Don't hug cacti. There was a call out post.
I have heard a lot of drama.
I'm sorry. I have heard. I've heard a lot of drama about that. Yeah. Yes. I'm pretty familiar with the call out. Although admittedly, I haven't read through it personally. I'm just familiar with what has been said. It's something that I probably should read all the way through before having any nuanced discussion about it. Let's see. Arcane, how's it going, Arcane? You did okay? Yeah. After this, I'm going to the gym.
Okay.
Workout time. You don't. I don't know. It seemed. You looked at me like, no, you're not.
We'll see.
Let's see. I had two doctors walk past me making fun of furries and bronies. I guess someone came to the ED in a partial suit. I had no idea. That sounds a little rough. Why would you hug a cacti? That would okay. Let's see. Arcane. It's going sleepy, but we chillin'. Awesome. How's your night? It's going really good. I've just decided to set everything up and stream a little bit. Get them gains. Yeah, pretty much. I need to lose that weight is what I need to do. I got to clean a chimney today. Yay me. That sounds fun, I guess. What about a Spyn fursuit workout video? No, that sounds awful. Not doing that. That's terrible. I don't usually film workout stuff because I'm not an influencer. So and I don't look good in yoga pants. So I can't do like, oddly seductive workouts that people are watching because fitness. Good night, Ink and Spyn. Make smart choices.
No promises.
No, Uriel. That's not going to happen. But I streamed for an hour and realized I had to had it set to black screen the whole time. Oh, good. Fitness, lol. It's just it's weird when I see influencers doing workout videos, and I'm just like, because they're mostly girls, they're doing workout videos, and I'm just like, yeah, this is a workout video to inspire people to work out, nothing else. And and if they don't get enough likes, they just go to OnlyFans, and then they do different workout videos, for more money. Spyn, how heavy are you, if you don't mind me asking? Try to lift 1,000 pounds. At current, I'm 235 pounds, and I'm trying to get down to 180 to 190 in that area. So I got a ways to go. Can I poke Spyn? You were not here, so you can't do that. Yes, T-Dog, my answer will always be the same. Always. You're not here. You can't do that. But let's see. Let's see. I'm here. No, you're not, Scoop. You're not here. Okay, is this the same guy who poked Spyn? That the same guy that continues to ask to do so. Yeah. Good luck getting me out of the walls. Nah, dude. If you're already in the walls, we're just gonna seal the house up, sell it, and then move. So it's like a permanent timeout for you, and you'll be someone else's problem. Hell, Spyn, I'm 6'3", 240 pounds. Yeah, I need to be more fit, just for my joints, just for everything. I need to be more fit. It's really important that I am. So, whew. Good Lord. I'll replace all your tea with granulated tea. No, you won't. A Liquid Sunshine Designs fursuit rant. the Liquid Sunshine Designs fursuit rant. I actually don't know anything about Liquid Sunshine Designs or LSD. You know, it's not something I've really looked into, but I know that there's a number of people that are very much up on that. You can go check them out. But yeah. All right, it's been like an hour and 30 minutes. I think that's pretty much as long as I really want to stream today, for the most part. It feel like you don't sleep at all because I'm guessing you do workout at night. I do workouts at night, yeah. I prefer to do workouts at night. And then come back, get a shower, and then pass out. Spin, have fun at the gym. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I know it's just kind of I never really plan these things. Not really. I like your shirt. Thanks so much. I forget where I got this. Do you remember where I got this shirt?
I got that shirt for you.
Yeah, like, but where?
Twitter.
Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can't remember the name.
All right, we don't know. So.
Yes, I got probably look up.
Yeah. But again, thank you guys so much for joining me. As
Wolf and Arrow Apparel.
Wolf and Arrow Apparel, by the way. Wolf and Arrow Apparel, if you want one of these. Have a good night. Be safe. I definitely will. And again, you guys are amazing. Your support means the absolute world to me. If you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, please do, and turn on the notifications. So hit the bell, make sure it's set to, I believe, all or whatever. And that will alert you to anything new that I might be doing. We get out on new content every week now, which is pretty cool. I didn't think we'd be able to do that, but we are doing that. We will have merchandise soon, I swear. But it's taking a little bit of time because our artist is she is currently in doing classes. She's in school, working really hard on a film, and also trying to stay attached to this reality, which is nice occasionally. So unless we want to push her over the edge, we're just going to have to wait, because there's literally not enough time in the day to ask for that right now. But we will be pushing out merch soon. Hey, Spin, because I was on your channel and I have a channel, does that count as a collab? Absolutely not, Scoop. That does not count as a collab. But again, thank you guys so much. It's been absolutely a pleasure talking with you guys tonight, and I hope that in the future we will get a chance to talk even more. So we're gonna end this. We're gonna end this for tonight, and if I can get my mouse to work, then we'll end it for tonight. But if not, I guess I will not be ending it because I won't be able to. Oh yeah, shit. That's right. I owe you guys 5 minutes of unabridged questions. That's my fault. I forgot. I am so sorry. Yes. Before we end everything, I am supposed to give you guys 5 minutes to ask any absolutely bullshit questions that you happen to want. Scoop, you don't get to ask any questions. You've asked enough questions. We are wrapping up now, but you have 5 minutes to ask any questions that you absolutely want to. Would you stop? Stop doing whatever it is that you're doing. That's okay. Okay. Okay, stop. Okay, you have 5 minutes starting now. Ask any questions that you want. Coffee or tea? Tea. Tea every time. Absolutely every time. I don't like coffee because I'd have to put too much milk and sugar in it. And at that point, it sort of becomes not coffee. I just want sugary tasting milk that happens to have caffeine. Spin, where is the blue couch? The blue couch is in Atlanta at the moment. Although, would you stop that? It's in Atlanta at the moment, but we will be bringing it back. Let's see. Green tea is PogChamp. Okay. Are you into transformation in the fandom like werewolves or magic? I think it's kind of cool. I have definitely I've got a tarot deck from a group that does that. Yeah. I do love coffee. Well, that's fair. Let's see. Are you into transformation fandom like werewolves and magic? I do like werewolves. I think they're cool. You stop fucking with the stream.
No.
But I do think that there are some really wait. Spin, will you watch my stream one day? I mean, I guess. Spin, what foods give you bad gas? I think like I don't know, like
salads.
Salads, yeah, like salads. Like maybe like just a lot of red meat because I think that does that to like everyone. But I think that's probably fair.
Salads do it to most people.
Salads do it too because you're processing a lot of vegetation you're not supposed to. Let's see. But yeah, so we have okay. Oh my god. We got 2 minutes left. So whatever questions. Spin, do you eat a lot of chicken? Sometimes I do. I probably should eat more chicken than I actually do. I like poultry and things like that. Go back to the cat. No scoop. Let's see. Yeah. All right. It's still time for some last minute questions. So go ahead, ask whatever it is that you want to ask. And I will, in my infinite wisdom, hopefully try to tell you something that resembles the right answer.
Okay.
Thank you. Rukia, you're gonna. Okay, don't play with that. That's the sound wire. Where are your batteries? I don't know. I mean, here's one. Here's a battery. There's a battery. Is that what you're looking for? Because it's right here. Okay. That's almost time. So last minute questions. Now or never, guys.
Welcome to the ink show. It's ink.
Please leave it on the floor for me. I'll leave it on the floor, I guess, but you don't live here, so it's not going to work for you. Yeah. If Scoop lives in our walls, we're moving.
I think that's fair.
I'm not going to let him out though.
I wouldn't.
I'm just going to leave him in there. 9 volt on your tongue is always fun. No, thank you. Okay. Last minute questions, guys. Speak now or forever hold your peace, maybe? I don't know. Is that right? I don't know. Have you been following what's going on with SpaceX? No, I have not. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Stop. Okay, guys. That's gonna be about it. I see a ring. Yes, you do.
The checkered one.
The checkered ring. That one.
Oh, hey, Undertaker.
Yeah, there's the checkered ring. Oh, he means the other ring.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty. Thank you.
But JJPJ, I don't know. Anyway,
What's up with these youngsters and their slang words?
yeah, all their, you know,
Their OMGs and LOLs.
and LOLs and the poggers and
Their poggers and yeets.
and yeets. Sorry, I dropped my phone. Okay, all right. That's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you guys again so much for coming, for real this time. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Hit the notification. We do pump out weekly content. I try to get to a stream at least once a week as well as some bonus content every once in a while.
On the bonus
you know, see, but we will also be occasionally pumping out a few more of the blooper reels for you guys. Those do take time because we have to have a lot of content to make those, of course. But we will be pumping out new and interesting content for you guys every single week. So do remember to subscribe and all the rest of those things. Remember to share the content with your friends and all that. If you want to donate to the channel, Patreon links down below. We will be changing some things out on Patreon to make it a little bit more or less better for other people. We will be having merch as soon as it doesn't kill ink to do so. And as soon as I can get my mouse over to the end, good God, I'm good at this. Have a great night. Be safe out there, guys. Definitely will. We'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much again for joining us. Scoop, go to timeout. Goodbye, guys.